Hello, everyone, and welcome to Battle of the Beast All Generation, episode number 77. I'm Adam, and today we got two more beasts fighting out for a spot in round two. This is the 10th battle of round two, and I would say this is a okay matchup. One beast I prefer way more than the other, but when it comes down to the ultimate ranking of all these books, they're both, they're both mediocre. One is mid-mediocre, and the other is low-mediocre. So, yeah. Let's introduce the beasts. Representing Series 12, The Darkest Hour, the Slayer of Wrathgore, the Stampeding Brute in episode something in round 1. It is episode 3, by the way. In round 1, it is Solak, Scourge of the Sea. And representing Series 20, The Isle of Ghosts. Had to check that title name. The Destroyer of Karaka, the Winged Assassin in episode 63, I think. Yeah, Destroyer Karaka the Winged Assassin in round 1. It is Okira the Crusher, or I'm gonna use his other title that he's called, Okira the Two-Faced Crusher. That is a title which I found out Okira had, which I honestly prefer more than the Crusher. So yep, Solak and Okira, an alright matchup. So the battlefield is going to be one for the sea, one for the land. Do we know what I'm going to say? Yeah, we do. Let's go with the clock arena from the Hunger Games Catching Fire. So, we got our little clock arena. And with that, let's get to the stats. Solak, Scourge of the Sea. Solak is a giant shark-like beast feared by even the bravest sailors. His sleek, silvery body seems to change colour as he slides through the water, offering camouflage. First glowing blue, then indigo, then grey. His eyes stare with cold hatred upon his victims. He has several rows of teeth in his gaping mouth, trading scraps of torn flesh, and his many fins are made of serrated bone. Powers and abilities for Solak is underwater breathing, natural weaponry being the sharp teeth and the bone fins, tooth regeneration. If you lose the tooth, you can regenerate them almost immediately. Enhanced speed, enhanced strength, and enhanced durability. Weaknesses is land restriction. And moving on to Okira now. Okira the Crusher. The Isle of Ghosts is perhaps the most terrifying place Tom and Alina's quest ever took them, but it's also home to good beasts like this colossal stone ogre. Okira is fiercely muscled with fists big enough to punch through walls. The ogre's good heart can tell the difference between friend and foe, if the friend survives this wild rage long enough. So that is a very big if. Okay, powers and abilities: enhanced strength, weapon mastery, and enhanced durability. He also has access to spells, which I believe I said are going to be fire-related spells. Equipment is a metal chain and the staff. Weaknesses is enchantment. So unless Solak can perform an enchantment, Solak can't expose the weakness. So that Solak versus Okira. Let's get into this. As the chamber doors open, I already messed it up. Solak instantly dives into the water, swimming around, going as fast as he can. He notices what the arena is shaped like, and he knows that he's going to be facing a land opponent. However, that doesn't deter him from his destiny to defeat his next opponent. Okira makes his way out, shaking the water at every step he takes. Solak knows where Okira is and jumps out of the water, going to attack Okira from above. Okira, the ogre part, didn't notice that, but the Kato's part did. He summons up a fire spell and batters it towards Solak, knocking him back. Solak, for the first time in his life, has been burnt by something. He's confused by that, but he doesn't get deterred by that. Okira turns around to try and find what's going on. He's confused on what happened. Kato informs him that his opponent is a shark, and Akira's just gives a laugh of sorts, like, bring it on. Solak then starts going round and round as fast as he can and plows right through each spoke of the arena, cutting off some restriction for Okira. Using his serrated bone fins, he's able to shatter right through them after multiple attempts, shrinking down the border gradually. It seems like that there's the island left, then the spokes go halfway towards the end of the arena. Solak then tries again to jump Okira. This time the ogre part was seeing it. Okira lashes out his chain whip and it hits Solak right in the head, but it doesn't. But Solak then goes back in the water. Okira then whips out his whip again. It hits the water, and Solak feels a slight ting on his tail. Okira just barely nicks him. Solak then, in anger, charges up towards Okira, going from underneath, and charges and jumps right out, just barely before he collides with the spoke, and pushes Okira into the water. Okira gets pushed into the water, but uses that to grab onto Solak, wrapping his chain around Solak, and Kato and one arm of Okira is trying to get back onto the spoke, which he does, whilst the other hand of Akira's holding steady onto Solak. Akira then using both of his hands pulls Solak onto the spoke. Solak is gasping for water, but Akira's not having any of it. He then unravels his chain and smashes Solak into the spoke. Solak is trying to jump towards getting into water, but Akira grabs onto Solak's tail and saying, "Oh no, you're not going in there again." Pulls him to the island where Kato then creates a circle of fire around both of them. Solak can feel the heat evaporating any moisture of his body, and Akira's doesn't care. He puts down his chain, uses one hand to grab the top of Solak's mouth, uses the other hand to grab the bottom, ignoring the pain from the teeth, and pulls Solak's mouth as wide open as he can. Kato then shoots a fireball directly inside of Solak's mouth. Solak roars in pain as the fireball is burning his insides, and Okira then decides to show a bit of mercy by pulling even more, snapping Solak's jaw. Solak's roars of pain instantly go silent. However, Akira can still feel breath from Solak. He then digs his hand straight into Solak's mouth, going right down in there, grabs onto something, and pulls out what is Solak's heart. Any life remaining in Solak's eyes disappear in the instant, and Okira, staring at the heart, thinking, yeah, I've won. Let's go the extra mile. Show these spectators I'm not messing around. He then eats the heart and then kicks Solak's body in the water. Okira makes his way back to his chamber, and when they get to the end of the spoke, they jump into the water, and then Okira swims himself and Kato to the chamber, ready for round 3. The audience members are understandably shocked and a bit disturbed by Okira eating Solak's heart. But some of those messed up spectators are just been cheering for Okira, going the extra mile, showing that he can be violent too. But with that, Akira's won, Solak has lost. If you think Solak should won, please in the comments below why you think that. How are my words final, and Akira's going on to the next round. I gave Okira the victory because they have access to ranged and close-up attacks. Okira just has straight-up strength, which Solak could not even match. And at the end of the day, if Akira is able to get Solak on land, all Solak can do is just roar in pain. But just roar. It's not going to work. So, yeah. Solak may have died a rather grim way, but I think, if I'm being fair about it, There have been other grim ways other beasts have died. Solak didn't cause any of those grim deaths, but I'm pretty sure Merca did. So that was his tag team partner. I don't remember who Merca defeated. But if it's season 20 beast, then at least that matches is not though, because I think Zulok died to Anaret and Scalix died to Solix. So yeah. No, I don't know who Merca beat, but I think Merca did a rather brutal death. Kill, sorry. But with that, that is the battle with Okira versus Solak. And with that being said, that's all for this time. If you like what you saw, leave a like, leave a comment, don't forget to subscribe, press this notification bell down below, and I'll see you next time.